So why the ways of mate acquiring varies from society to society, means it is based on their values or cultural norms they created. It is economic obligations, and third one is kinship obligations. So if already there is a mother brother daughter, he must marry mother brother daughter. If he go outside society, devalue him. Okay, this is how it varies. So when it comes to how many mates are there, so Majumdar identified 8 types of the mate selections. Majumdar, so Majumdar, Majumdar identified 8 types of Indian anthropologist. Majumdar is an Indian anthropologist. So 8 type of marriages among Indian tribes. Among Indian tribes. So he classified these 8 types of marriages are on 3 types. First one is on the basis of only parental approval. So only parental approval. Only parental approval. So no prospering couples opinion have not taken. Prospering couples opinions does not matter here. If both families are agreed without taking the opinion of the children who are getting the marriage, they don't consider. Parents are agreed, that is enough. Example here are marriage by negotiation. Marriage by negotiation. Or marriage by arrangements or arranged marriages. So second one is marriage by exchange. So marriage by exchange. Marriage by exchange. So second one is parents plus prospering couples. So both are, first parents are agreed, then they will ask the opinion about the children. If children are agreed also, then they finalize the marriage. Okay, so marriage by service. So marriage by probation. So marriage by probation. Here both are, parents should agree as well as the marrying individuals should agree for their arrangement. And third one is only couples. So only couples. It is marriage by trial. So marriage by trial. So marriage by capture. So marriage by elopement. So marriage by intrusion. Marriage by intrusion. So these are all the 8 types of marriages. Marriages are found among the Indian tribes according to D.N. Majumdar. Only parental approval, marriage by negotiations or arranged marriage. So marriage by exchange. These two are without taking the opinion of the prospering couples, they get married. Okay. So second one is both parents as well as the prospering couple should get the approval or their saying is important. So marriage by services, marriage by probation. And third one is only couple. They never consider the opinion of the parents. This is marriage by trial, marriage by elopement, marriage by capture, marriage by intrusion. 8 varieties are there. So other varieties we will discuss gradually. If any other marriages are there, that we will see. Over. Why such a hurry? So if I written something on the board, I will explain it, right? We will go one by one. So next, marriage by negotiated marriage. mate acquisition by negotiation. So it is common in both simple societies as well as complex societies. Both simple societies and complex societies. Simple societies means tribal, primitive societies. Complex society means rural, urban societies. In Indian context, rural or caste people societies we call as a complex. Tribal societies we call as a simple societies. So the examples we found: Andaman Island, Chenchu tribe of the Andhra and Telangana, among the Hindus, Chinese, Europeans, everybody practice in this type of marriages. So involves long negotiations via go in betweens. Involves long negotiation via go in betweens. So this is the family one, boy is present. In family one, boy is present. In family two, girl is present. Family one, boy present. Family two, girl present. So generally in marriage negotiation, marriage process, boy is referred as a bridegroom. So bridegroom, girl is represented as a bride. So bridegroom, bride. So boy means bridegroom, bride. So F1 has the boy, F2 has the girl. So these parents should be negotiated for their marriage. Okay. So here, because F2 family directly went into the F1 family, could they ask that give your boy to my daughter? Or F1 family can directly move on to the F2 family and ask that give your daughter to my boy. This kind of negotiation can be possible. So they require a go in between that we call as a brokers, marriage brokers or mediators. So they, if they have the interest, they will communicate that matter to the F1, or F1 side initiation started, they communicate this matter to F2. Why go in betweens are required? So why? Because if all of the sudden, if F1 put the negotiation and F2 turn down it direct face to face, it is shameful for them. Understand? So they generally ask the opinion through a mediator. Then the direct rejection not possible. Second thing, there is a lot of negotiation involved in the form of dowry and bride price. If it is a dowry based society, they will ask something, and other family they put negotiation. It is not possible for ours to submit this much of dowry. They will tell what is their capability. Then the middleman comes into between and he will finalize how much dowry to be given. If both parties are agreed, then he fixes a place and a time to meet each other. So to avoid the rejection, to avoid the shamefulness, okay, and the mediator, he will convince, if their capability to pay dowry or bride price is less, mediator convince the family that girl is very good, the boy is very good, why we should insist on the money only? So we should also look at the character and their family reputation. This is how, if any issues are there, he will sort it out. That's why mediators, without having a mediator, no negotiation marriages or arranged marriages are taken place. Understand? So this is very important. So what they consider in these negotiations, how much bride price, if it is a bride price practicing society, how much they can give, how much they can afford these things. Dowry, same kind. In our society, dowry or matter, they will inform to the both families by mediator. Gift exchanges, apart from the dowry, what kind of gifts both families should exchange. So reputation of the family man or kins person. So family or kin. So what kind of family it is? Can we talk them directly, or can we put our negotiation through mediator? These kind of reputations of every family, they can save it by using the, so third man. Cross and parallel cousin marriage obligations. Even cross cousins also, the sister cannot directly ask the brother. So even cross cousin marriages also, always there should be a no mediator. So surrogate and levirate obligations. So these are all the things they consider. These are all the things they consider. So while putting the negotiations. So you need only to remember this one. So this tribe, what tribes are practicing, what type of societies are practicing is important. Remaining things you can write it your own way. So it is not a big concept, everybody knows it. So are you supporting dowry or opposing dowry? Are you supporting it or opposing? So second one, exchange. So if anything is created by a humans, there must be some utility, okay, some adaptation. So by going this anthropologist should not immediately criticize any human practice. We should understand what is the reason behind. If you say something is no, we don't accept it, you are foolish after studying the cultural relativism. You should stop and analyzing the thing. After finding out the reason, you can come to the conclusion. So next one. So mate acquisition by exchange. If two families have brother and sisters, one of the family has brother and sister, another family has brother and sister. So each brothers exchange their sisters so that they can avoid the bride price, they can avoid the dowry or any kind of things. Equalization happened. Understand? So no gain, no loss for any family. So this is how they build the alliances. So permanent alliances. They later next generation they could also exchange between the families. Later generation they could also exchange the families. So for suppose, so this is one family, brother and sister is there. Another family F2, brother and sister is there. So these two get married, these two get married. This girl moves to here and this girl moves to here. So now two families generate. This children's born here, this children's born here. So now they could exchange in the next generation also or not. These children in the next generation, can they marry or not? They are cross cousins. Understand? In next generation, they can marry. In next generation, this is our permanent setup or not. So sisters exchange result into a permanent setup of exchanging the women between the two groups. So that is called alliance theory. So bride exchanged for another woman, sister or female kin. So maintains the interfamily alliances. So two families forever, they can maintain these relationships. So avoid bride price burden, bride price or dowry burden. So examples, tribes, Thai Horticulture Society of the Nigeria. Thai Society of Nigeria, Thai is a tribe. Thai Society of Nigeria, Muria Gonds of India, Baiga, Bagata, Koya, Savaras. These are all the tribal societies, complex societies. Do we practice this one or not? All Hindus, Arabs, Chinese, all practice this kind of custom, the exchanging marriages. So what is the formula? Take my sister, give me your sister. So this is in Telugu we call it as a pot exchange, Kundamarpedi. So I told you right why incest taboo emerged. So because it created a permanent alliances between the groups, they avoid the conflicts. So if two families exchanged their sisters on the same time, that we call as a immediate exchange. If one of the sister is married to another family, after 10 years, their family sister is married into first family, that we call as a delayed exchange. So exchange also two types, immediate exchange and delayed exchange. So immediate exchange. Immediate exchange, delayed exchange. Delayed exchange. If two couples get married on the same day, same time, in the same ritual, that we call as a immediate exchange. Delayed exchange means first brother give his sister to the another man. After 5 years or 6 years, he will get the first married person's sister in return for the marriage. So that is 6 years gap is there between the exchange. That we call as a delayed exchange. Understand? Exchange also has two practices. So you should remember this kind of things. What tribes are practicing? Remember remaining things you will easily write it. So next one, mate acquisition by the service, known as a bride service. So in some societies, due to lack of money or property, a family could not able to give bride price to the bride's family. Understand? So see, monetary property or other proper land, building, etc., they are present in the complex societies. In simple societies, collective communal lands are present. Individual property is absent. Or sometimes tribes are under abatement of poverty. They could not able to give the bride price. So nearly 60% of the societies on the world. So 60% of the societies on the world practice bride price. Okay, 4 to 6% societies are practicing dowry. So remaining 10 to 12 to 18% societies are practicing so by service, marriage by service, due to lack of property in their societies. Okay, so in a society there is a marriage transaction called bride price. So a boy is unable to pay the bride price to the bride's family. So bride price, this is the groom's family. So groom's family. So this is the bride family. Bride family. So generally, when bride price given from the groom's family to bride family, bride returns to the groom's family. So bride and bride price move in opposite direction. When he paid the bride price, girl will come to the opposite direction. That is the bride price. If this boy is poor, unable to pay the bride price service, but this boy liked that girl and the girl also liked this boy. In this situation, what parents will do? The boy is good, okay, and he is also a relative, but he is unable to pay the bride price. The girl, she is also loving with that boy. Now, what role parents will do? So generally, receiving a bride price is a status for the girl, and even she is ready to sacrifice. But without taking anything from the groom's family, if they send the girl to groom's home, it is status loss for the family. In this situation, so right, if you are unable to pay the money, you do some years of service for the bride family that they calculated as a bride price. Understand or not? So the boy will move into the bride's family and stay there like 4 years or 5 years, and he works whatever the earnings comes from his work it is settled to the bride's family, so that they calculate it as a bride price. Once that time is over, he will return to the home by taking the wife. Understand? So he will return to the home by taking the wife. That duration he works, that we call as a service. Understand? So groom provides the labor or service to the bride's family, replace or supplement the bride price. If he is unable to pay the bride price, he has to do some period of work to the bride's family. So examples: Chukchi tribe of Siberia, Chukchi tribe of Siberia, Ojibwa Red Indians of North America, Subanam of Philippines, Lepchas of India. Where does this Lepchas present? Sikkim, Himalaya region, Sikkim. Okay, Muria Gonds are present in central India. All these tribes are practicing. So I am giving ethnographic examples of world as well as India. So if they ask you a question like ways of acquiring mate from Indian tribes, you should quote only Indian examples. Sobanam you should not put, Ojibwa you should not put, and this Chukchis you should not put. Only Lepchas and Muriagons you have to write. Why? Because they belongs to other countries. Understand? Only Indian examples you have to quote, because mate selection among the Indian tribes, that was the demand of question. So now consideration. What they consider in these services, parents will both are in love, boy and girl both are in love. The bride price replacement, that is service, that is discussed by the parents. How much time duration your boy will work for my family? Okay, what kind of works? What kind of works he will do? Nature of service, whether he do hunting, fishing, labor, or anything. Or if the boy is coming to the bride's home, do they allow sexual activity? Do they allow intimacy? What kind of interactions should be allowed between the boy and girl? All these things are discussed before the boy starting the services. Understand? Are you clear? What considerations are there in the negotiations for services? All these things. Duration. Some societies it might be weeks. Some societies it might be years. Some societies they do timing. Before marriage, the boy has to work. Once the time period is got over, then they arrange the marriage. Some societies, first they do marriage, then after that he has to work for the family. Okay. So some societies, hunting, fishing, labor, these kind of activities they allow. Relationship with bride, it varies from society to society. If the service to be done by a boy post marriage, the interaction between the wife and husband is different. If the service provided by a boy before marriage, what kind of relationship should be defined between the girl and the boy, because they are not the wife and husband, not yet taken the marriage. Understand? So this is how all the things they discuss clearly before starting the services. So mate acquisition by probation. So probation means generally if you selected for IAS services or any other government services, they put under probation. What do you mean by probationary period? Probationary period means it is learning stage. Are you sure? What do you mean by probationary period? According to Lalita Kala, she will explain. Lalita Kala, are you there?
Sir.
Probationary period means what?
Learning
period, right? If I ask the Pranati, she will tell. That's the reason I am not asking her. Anup, can you tell?
No, sir, I don't know.
Yeah, Pranati, now you can tell.
Sir, it's a learning plus a trial phase, sir.
So it is a observation period by the government while doing the training, whether a person is suitable for this job or not, whether this person conduct is suitable for the position or not, they will verify. If they found that in probationary period, the girl or boy is unfit for the service, they don't permanent it. Understand? They will throw out of the service. That means it is the time period training plus conduct verification. So whether they are suitable for the position or not, that behavior conduct verification period. So if anybody do wrong things in the probationary period, it won't be a serious concern for the government through throwing out of the service. It is easy for the government. If once he got the permanent, after training period, if he indulged corruption or other thing, removing him from the service is a hectic process. Why? Because here they are not committed for the permanent service. Only observation tenure they specified. And in the conditions, if the observation conduct is not suitable for the position, they can remove from the post. That is, government can done easily. But once he got permanent position, then there is a hectic or long procedure is there that has to be followed. Understand? So mate acquisition probation means here, if both families decided to get married of the boy and girl, they allow some period the boy and girl to stay with each other in girl's home. So they allowed all type of activities, including mating activities also. So both will be given privacy, like 4 months or 6 months. They verify that whether they are their temperament, their ability, both are suitable to each other or not. If it is suitable and they liked each other after the 6 months period of time, they finalize the marriage. If girl says she don't like that boy, the boy has to leave the house, and and another boy approach the girl, and he has to look at the another girl. This is called probationary. Before finalizing the marriage, both girl and boy to be separated or allowed to be live together some period of time before marriage. so that it is given time for them to analyze whether both are compatible to each other or not. Understand? This is agreed by the both families. The boy, if it is not suitable to get married, he will leave the girl's house by paying the some compensation, because he ate the food in the girl's home, he had enjoyed with the girl. For that reason, he has to pay some compensation, and he will look for the another girl. The girl will approach the another boy. This is how probationary period is there before finalizing the marriage. So nowadays, what we call this one in complex societies, living relationship or dating. So living relationship is outdated term. So the beautiful new term kind is dating. So in dating, if they found they like each other, they are suitable to each other, they will finalize their marriage and they will engage. So mutual compatibility testing found among the Kuki tribe of Manipur. Boy and girl live together temporarily in girl's house. Final marriage based on the mutual approval. If boy says he don't like the girl, then they won't finalize the marriage. If girl says she don't like the boy, then they don't approve the marriage. This is very beautiful, right? Compensation to be given for the girl's family. Rejection done by boy or girl. Compensation to be given for the girl's family. The matter is, he stays with the girl's house. In such duration, he ate the food provided by the girl's family and he enjoyed some duration with the girls. So this is beautiful marriage or not? If modern dating is beautiful, that has been practiced by the tribal societies since immemorial times. So do you support dating before marriage or not? If one of your friend is in dating with a boy, what do you say? What do you advise her? Do you advise first of all? Do you don't advise? 99% I know what they do in UPSC preparation, but we are running business. We could not criticize any person. It is their personal life. Actually, 20 to 30, that is reproductively peak age. So if they are lonely, they are like what we can say, they are single, there should be some defect. Okay, there should be some defect. So their organs have some problem, the hormones have some problem. 20 to 30, at maximum culture can stop up to 24 or 25, and after that we cannot also predict. So biology versus culture discussion is there. There we will discuss this matter. Okay, everything is present in anthropology, every type of solution. So mate acquisition by capture. So this found among the simple societies. 3 types are there: physical capture, ceremonial capture, social drama. First of all, are we biological animal or social animal? First, we are social animal, biological animal, that is agreed. First, we biological or social? So anger is a biological aspect. So we follow our culture as long as our anger is satisfying. If anger versus culture into come into being conflict, what do we choose?
Hunger, sir.
Anger only. Biology first thing, then the culture. That is the reason culture provides all the biological needs satisfaction. So physical versus ceremonial. Physical or ceremonial. What do you mean by physical? Physical capture means, so now power has gone and we are teaching on the battery. What is that? Inverter. So that is the reason camera is some blur. I have checked all the settings. So capture. So it is like kidnapping a girl. Okay. Forcing her to rape. So a boy kidnapped a girl and raped that girl. Or else a boy kidnapped a girl, dragged that girl to a nearby temple and forcefully tied a tali or sacred thread in her neck. In these 2 situations, what would happen if the elders or the elders of the society, if that issue brought into the council of elders, what they will decide here? In tribal society, what would happen? If a boy raped a girl by kidnapping, or a boy took a girl forcefully to a nearby sacred place and he tied a sacred thread in her neck, and the issue is reported to the council elders in their village, what decision they will take? Do that society approve their marriage, reject that marriage? Is the tribal village approve their marriage or reject their marriage because boy had committed kidnap without having the girl's interest? Here, girl interest is not the matter, but the act was done. So, if they don't approve, then what would happen? So, what elders will do? Trying to convince the girl as well as girl's parent, because that act was already done and it is known to everyone. So, it is difficult to find a husband for her. So, it is better leave them alone and they will leave. Whether she like it or not, she has to be stay with that boy only. That is called physical capture. And one more capture is there among the Nagas. Among the Nagas, so in traditional time, so Nagas maintain a village level rivalry. One village has rivalry with another village. In this situation, what they do? They try to reduce the number of people in the enemy village. How could it is possible? Gaul is the only source to produce the number of children. They became a population. So they, one enemy village, try to ride the village during the night time. They found whoever suitable for the mating and they drag on their horses, they return to their village. Because they are always alert in mode, they could not reciprocate on the same day. They wait for their turn. This is how, when they invaded another village to get the Gauls for marriage, if they were alert, they can easily take war. This is how bloodshed occurs. So one is, first one, adventurous act, heroic act. Third one is reducing the number of people in the enemy village. This is how Nagas were physical capture they practice between the villages. Understand? So this is physical capture village. So what are all the examples for the physical capture? So now you can write. So physical or ceremonial capture. So enemy raids among the Nagas, Yanamamo Red Indians. Yanamamo Red Indians and Nagas. So unreciprocated love. Unreciprocated love means one-side love. So the boy is loving the girl, but girl is not loving the boy. In this situation, he wait for the opportunity and kidnap her with the friends and forcefully tie the sacred thread in her neck. So third one is like so ceremonial capture. What do you mean by ceremonial capture? Physical capture, okay, comes under kidnapping and marrying. Second one is wars between the villages. Third one is ceremonial capture. In tribal villages, generally there are customs. If a boy applied vermilion or some kind of red colored powder on the forehead of the girl, it amounted into a marriage. Or else a boy caught a boy right hand and a girl right hand, publicly caught, means it is a marriage over. So it's not like wearing a sacred thread and everything. Boy and girl, if they're, what we call in Telugu, panigrahanam or something. So boy's right hand and girl's right hand merged together, that means marriage. Understand? Or else if boy applied something on the forehead of a girl, marriage has happened. So in this situation, one side love boy waiting. Here is a sincere, genuine love. Okay. So lover, so that you don't do kidnapping, you don't do raping, you don't do forcefully tying. You would wait for the opportunity, some fair possession or festival to be happened in the tribal village. All the relatives or villagers, they gather in that sacred place like a temple or some other thing. So that girl also generally should come because it is a village level festival. And he would wait for the opportunity. He would take some kind of sacred powder and apply it on the forehead. That is witnessed by all the group of people. This is also amounted marriage to be done. Understand? What they will do, villagers? it is spread to everyone because everybody watched that one. So no other boy would come to get married. So this is how the society approve their marriage. So it's very simple. So next one is planned family supported capture among the Muria Gonda. It is kind of social drama. The boy's family okay for the marriage, girl's family okay for the marriage. But in tribal villages, every life cycle ceremony, either birth, death, marriage, puberty, or any kind of childbearing, these are all life cycle ceremonies. Everything to be celebrated with a ceremony and a big ritual feast. They should compulsorily provide drink, alcohol, meat, and other expenditure. So the both families, it is a too much expenditure. And if both families are okay for the marriage of their children, but due to lack of money to celebrate the ritual, they come to a agreement. Okay, the girl's family asked for the boy's family, we execute a plan. So your boy come with the friends, he will take the girl. Okay, he is trying to capture the girl forcefully, and we, our family member, trying to resist that attempt. In that attempt, because we are all planned this one, he will drag the girl and he will go away and he will marry somewhere else. And after that, your family and our family, it fights some duration of the time. And everybody witnessing that one, they understood that because that family boy did some kind of capture of their girl, they are fighting each other. And we will maintain some duration as a eneminess. Then society will understand that they both got married, the boy kidnapped and got married. This is how we could escape the expensive marriage rituals. This is called social drama, a planned family drama between the two poor families in a tribal villages to avoid the ritual expenses. So are you getting or not? So how many captures are there? Physical, ceremonial, social drama. Our family, planned family supported capture. So it is reported among the Muria Gons. Ceremonial capture reported under Karyas and Biruhors. Symbolic act applying vermilion on the forehead of a girl. So next, why capture? So it was scarcity of women, like among the Nagas. Bride price avoidance. A boy kidnapped and raped a girl, and society approved their marriage. Does he has to pay any money? The bride price? If he asked formally for their family, they will demand the bride price. If already act was done, they cannot ask the bride price. They beg that boy to marry her. And so it is better, right, to avoid the bride price. Do you observe these behaviors or not? But in our society, if girl is rebelled against that act, even that rape had happened, then he will be prosecuted, put inside the bars. In simple societies, it is the matter of the boy and girl. Why? First of all, they are living in a small villages, tribal villages. That boy is somewhere connected to girl in a kinship relationship. Generally, brother kind of relation, they never indulge this one. Only cross cousin kind of people, suitable mate only, they indulge this kind of activity. Understand? So a loss of a member from the tribal people means it is loss for kins groups. A boy has the kinsman, girl has the kinsman, and they since ages they are intermarrying. Understand? That is how everybody is a relative to another person. Tribal societies, they don't have different castes, different religions. They are same culture, connected to each other. That is the reason they never give any harsh punishment to any individual in their societies. Understand? So delay in the arranged marriages. So delay in the arranged marriage means the parents, due to lack of money, they are not considering their marriages. So there are so many reasons. Okay. So mate acquisition by the intrusion. What do you mean by intrusion? So where it comes? Capture comes under only couple's decision, not the parental decision. So intrusion. Intrusion means sixth sense. So intrusion means sixth sense. somebody, it's like a trespassing, we can say. Somebody entered into our house without informing us. That we call as an intrusion. Forcefully coming into our premises is nothing but an intrusion. Intruder means outsider coming into our area. So this is, girl has one side love on the boy. Okay, but the boy is not accepting the girl as a lover and the marriage is not taking place between them. What options are there for that girl? Yeah, you can tell me. Most of the people are girls only. A girl is loving a boy and the boy is not loving her, but the girl is an impossible girl and at any cost she wanted that boy. What options are there for her? So what options are there for that girl? Yeah, Laltikala, you can tell me what options are there for that girl? And I told you a clue also. She is an impossible girl. At any cost, she don't give up or climb or attempt. Just imagine and you can tell me what options are there. So tribal marriages are very practical and funny practical. So this is also happening in our society too. I will explain. Even our society also it is present. I will tell you that. I am saying that one side love from the girl, she is impossible girl. That means she don't leave or climb or attempts. She directly entered into the boy's house and she sit there. The boy's family try to throw her outside. She don't go. The boy's family reject offering of the food. Once a girl entered into another family's home, the parents will not take care of her. They don't get it back because it is shameful for them. Nobody comes to get marry her. So parents will give up. Okay, the in-laws, they never consider her as a daughter-in-law. They throw her outside the family. Again, she will come. They reject the offering of food. Again, she will wait in front of the house with anger only. And that act is witnessed by all the people of the village. Then again, the council will meet. The elders are big man council of the village. And they will convince the family, see, such a beautiful and a genuine love is present for you. So you could not find this kind of girl loving you. So accept it. Otherwise, we will take a decision against your family. So then compulsorily they have to accept it. Understand? This is called mate acquisition by intrusion. So female initiated union. It is found among the Biruhor and O girls. Biruhor tribe and Ho tribe. Girls assert emotionality. So calmer women secure recognition during the pregnancy. This is happening in our society also. A boy enjoyed a girl with a girl and he promised some kind of love, affection, and he might be promised marriage also. After she became pregnant, he is saying that I don't know who you are. What options he has? What options he has? So now the girls are educated. They will put pressure on the girl, put pressure on the boy and boy's family through state institutions such as police or women commission or other agencies are there. But in our traditional society, such as in a village, if it is happened, so can she go to the police station? Means no. What options she has? She will directly go to the boy's home and she claimed that he is the father for the upcoming baby. And she sit in front of the house. And because in villages, everybody known affair between them, they too agree he is the reason. Then elders will arrange elders try enter into the picture and they convince the boy and boy's family. And finally, they became one together. This is how in our society too happen. In our societies too, if some girl is pregnant and due to a boy and a boy is rejecting her to get married, she has only one option, directly going into their home. Okay, because everybody knows their affair, the society also ask their family, this is injustice, either you would accept her or you would accept the social punishment or social boycott from the rest of the villagers. So this is Kamar woman secure recognition as a wife during her pregnancy before marriage. So Kamar tribe. Kamar is a tribe which is present in Jharkhand or some Bihar, Jharkhand in these regions. So next one, mate acquisition by trial. So this is very practical marriage among the Bill tribe of Rajasthan, they practice it. So demonstration of bravery as well as male bravery, male strength. Okay, so during the what we call Diwali festival or what type of festivals? Holy festival, not Noli. It is a holy festival. During the holy time, in every village, they celebrate a ritual in which unmarried boys and girls, they take part in the ritual. So they create the human chain of the girls. So in between that human chain of the girls ring, they put a long pole. They apply oil to the pole. The pole is a polished one. Climbing that pole is a somewhat difficult process. And top of the pole, they put a coconut and a jaggery. If somebody climbed that pole and he breaks that coconut and eat that jaggery, that together, so he can choose a girl from anyone who formed the ring. But here it is not that easy. Okay, the girls are formed into a ring. So here only unmarried girls are participate. So they formed into a ring, tying together. So this is how each girl, they tie together. So this is the girl's ring. They hold the one hand to another hand. They formed as a ring. This is the ring. In the middle of the ring, there is a top pole. So like 5 meters or 10 meters pole is there. So this pole is a polished one. And they apply some oil also for slippery purpose. Okay, so the boys are formed outside. So each time one boy tries his luck. Okay, boy enters into the girl's chain. First he has to break the girl chain and he should enter into the inner space. After entering into the inner space, all the girls surround him. When he is trying to climbing, they drag his clothes. That shamefulness he has to bear. They beat that boy with sticks. That painfulness he has to face. Okay, and finally all the girls putting their dragging the legs of the boy, he will come down. Again he has to climb and eat that coconut, break that coconut and eat that jaggery. So after facing all these struggles, if he win that game, then he can take any girl from this chain, because that is the choosing of a wife by winning some competition. Understand? So this is happening in the Bills villages during the Holi festival time. So this is called marriage by trial. Everybody test their luck, trial their luck to get their desired wife. So here, girl will accept that boy or not. If accepting that boy will increase that status of the girl or not. Because he shown painfulness, he bear that painfulness, he shown the bravery. Okay, and among the many girls, he had chosen this girl. That a victorious person come to this girl, that is the prestige for the girl. That means he rejected remaining girls. So dance, resistance, coconut jaggery trial, all these things are there. Girls are happily dancing. The boy first has to break their chain. That is a difficult process. There are so many villages also practiced this game earlier time, traditional time. This is the Holi festival. Don't write it as a Noli festival. There is no Noli festival. Mate acquisition by elopement. So a boy and girl in love, but they are trying to get the marry, but their family has some eneminess. their parents are not accepting their marriage. What options are left for them? So they move out of the village during the night time, they get married and they don't return to the home. So till they get the one child or some duration, they will find out what happening in the village. Still they are getting anger, still they are, both families are fighting or not. If everything calm down or one of the families approved their marriage and if they bring back to the home, then only their marriage is succeeded. Understand? So in our society, due to inter-caste marriages, within the same caste also, class problem, rich versus poor. Understand? Inter-caste marriages, there are so many problems in our society too. Elopement is a common. They go and marry and they immediately go to the police station and they will ask the protection. This is how it is happening in our society, elopement. In their societies, there are no police force and everything. They will leave the villages immediately after during night time or some secret time, nobody watching them. So sometimes parents are not agreed their marriage if they are cross cousins, but both families have egos and some kind of clashes due to they are not agreeing their marriage. What options are there? So some of the family members support them, like grandparents support their grandchildren marriages. They will ask the both boy and girl, you live, and they support their marriages by giving some money, arrangements for their elopement also. So their fathers are fighting, but grandparents are very happy because they were the relatives. If cross cousins are marrying, grandparents are very happy. Both side grandparents are very happy. But their father's generation have the egos or clashes. In this case, grandparents help them to get married. So they will control their parents after eloping. They will try to reduce the angers or conflicts or fightings, these older parents. So this is how free made choice. What is this? So barrier, families are not accepting, society not accepting means caste marriage, inter-caste marriages, inter-religious marriages. Understand? So can anybody marry a Muslim girl in our society? Is that easy? Marrying a Hindu girl by Muslim boy is easier, but marrying a Muslim girl is not that easy in our society. Understand? That is social barrier. Family means both are relatives, but both the families have some rivalry and egos. So due to these barriers, but both boy and girl have love on each other, they move away from the villages. That we call as a elopement. So found in the Fiji tribe, Fiji Island, Fiji tribes, Gussi tribe of Kenya, Iban tribe of so Iban Red Indians, that is North America. So Ojibwa Red Indians of North America. So Kiangang of I think India, Murriagons. Murriagons are common. They practice, I told you already. These might be present, all varieties in a society, or some practices are present in a society. At least one type is present, but some society may have all the varieties. Even our society have also all these marriages. So last one. These are all the 8 examples identified by the Majumdar. So levirate and surrogate, this is not the first marriages. We can say these are all the second marriages. So levirate means a girl marrying a brother's husband. Surrogate means a girl marrying a sister's husband. So a girl marrying a husband's brother is levirate. So already she got married and husband died. In this situation, if that a widowed wife marrying a deceased husband's brother, we call as a levirate. A girl marrying a husband's sister's husband is a surrogate. And so these are all comes under secondary marriages. Familial inheritance also we discussed. Familial inheritance all not required. These things only required. So now if you want, you can write some changes due to industrialization, urbanization, modernization, tribal marriage practices have been changing. So they are getting educated. They are coming to know that their rights, they are filing the cases. they are getting marriages, the non-tribal people. Everything is happening due to modernization of their societies. So as long as they are in traditional time, they confine to these practices. So levirate, surrogate, if you can add as extra secondary marriages, you would get extra marks. So generally the answer is restricted up to elopement. If you add like levirate and surrogate, these are all the secondary marriages present in tribal societies. You might impress and you will give the some extra score. So now we discuss about the marriage finances. So are you clear or not? How many types of marriages are there? So one more time I am telling, only parents, arranged marriages or negotiations. Arranged or negotiations. Next one, exchange. Third one, services. Fourth one, probation. Sixth one, so capture, intrusion, elopement. Five, 6, 7, elopement, trial. So these are all the 8 types of marriages found among different societies as well as Indian tribes. So what are all the Hindu society marriages? Varna based marriages also present. These are all the tribal marriages. Daiva Vivaha. So these are all some kind of Rakshasa Vivaha. Those Vivahas are marriages approved by the ancient Vedic texts. So that question present in sociology but not in anthropology. So if you want, you can write. So how many types of marriages are found in our Vedas? So Daiva Vivaha. Next, Rakshasa Vivaha. It's like a capturing or kidnapping, raping a girl forcefully. So other type of marriages. There are 8 types of marriages are there. They have written our ancient scriptures. So this question is present in the sociology but not anthropology. If you want, you can search it out. How many ways of marriages are possible according to ancient scriptures? Extra work, if you want, you can do it. Later, it's not present in our syllabus. But it is present in sociology. Sometimes the examiner giving us a shocks by borrowing concept from sociology into anthropology, because both considered as a twins. So they exchange here concepts there, their concepts into here. So extra activity you can put as a note and try to find out the ancient way of marriages in Varna system. So next, if I discuss everything, we cannot finish the syllabus. So what we discuss, dowry or bride price, which one do you like? So which one do you like, bride price or dowry? So marriage finances. So marriage finances are 4 types. First one is marriage finances. Marriage finances or marriage payments. So that means the kind of financial transaction takes between the couple or families during the marriage, that we call as a marriage finances. So here, so dowry, bride price. Third one, marriage by services. D, gift exchange. E, exchange marriages. So generally in our syllabus, they mentioned dowry and bride price. If he ask like discuss the various types of marriage financial transactions, you have to write this 5. But in syllabus, they mentioned only 2, and already we discussed these things. So you know marriage by service, you know exchange marriages, both brothers exchanging their sisters. So that is marriage by exchange, that we discussed. Gift exchange is nothing but, so So gift exchange is nothing but, so instead of dowry and bride price, both sides they give gifts. That is prestation we call gifts exchange rather than dowry. Both sides exchange. Dowry or bride price are moved from any one family to other, but gifts are exchanged between the both parties. It's not one-way flow. Both ways flows of monetary goods or any kind of goods that we called as a gifts. Understand? So services are done by only one side. Okay. Exchange of women, they strike out the dowry or bride price because both are exchanged the women. So if the question is like discuss the various forms of marriage financial transaction, because he didn't mention exclusively either dowry or bride price, you should touch all these things. Understand? So generally he mentioned a syllabus on dowry and bride price. So this is very important. So you can tell me the frequency of the societies. Majority in societies practice either dowry or bride price. You can tell which practice is highly frequency repeated. High frequency repeated form of marriage exchange or marriage transaction, whether it is a dowry or bride price. So majority in societies follow which type of marital financial transaction, dowry or bride price?
Dowry, sir.
So majority societies, I am not asking the majority people. Each tribe is a society. Okay. So like that, number of societies are majority societies on the earth are tribal societies, but majority population are civilized population. That you should remember. Hindus people are almost 100 crore. Understand? But tribal people are 20 crore. So here tribal people are 720 societies. Hindu people are hardly Tamil, Telugu. You can say major societies are like 10 societies or 15 societies. So population wise Hindu higher, but societies wise Hindus are organized like 10 to 15 societies. Remaining all are tribal societies in India. Understand? So majority people I am not asking, majority number of societies. So they practice bride price. If you go 100 varieties, dowry comes only 4 to 6%. Bride price comes under 51 to 56%. Okay. So services comes under 12 to 18%. Rough estimation. Gift exchange. So alternate. This is present among these two present among the rest of the societies. This is the 100% variant. If we divided 100% societies, so 4 to 6% only practice dowry. So majority societies are practicing bride price. By going this logic, which one might have origin early? So you know frequency. From frequency, can you conclude which variety is the earliest one and the remaining were later emerged? So earlier I told you like whichever one is very less frequently available in the tribal societies, they are the older practices. In this case, so dowry is not the tribal one. Tribes were the primitive. So bride price was the earliest one. So if you go to the beyond the bride price, exchange marriages, Levi-Strauss, Paleolithic time, one group to another group, they exchanged women without emerged the concept of property. So it might be the oldest one. After that, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. This is the evolutionary hierarchy. This is the evolutionary hierarchy. So dowry is a recent phenomena which is emerged just 10,000 years ago, or not even 10,000, 6,000 years ago somewhere else. So still our human lifespan was around 18 lakhs. Mithun means it's a cattle.
So generally this call and cattle.
Yeah, it varies. See, every society have defined the property. In a pastoral society, property means what? If the tribe is practicing cattle rearing, their property is cattle. If the tribe is rearing a sheep rearing, sheep is their property. In a agrarian society, property means land. In a industrial society, property means industries and buildings. So society have property differ from their economic point of view. Understand? So first one, bride price. So bride price is defined as a groom's family paying to bride's family. Groom's family paying to bride's family. Then gal moves opposite direction. So if you write diagrammatically, one side boy's family, another side girl's family. Bride price move from boy's family to girl's family. Girl move from girl's family to boy's family. That is called bride's spine. Gift from groom's skin to bride's skin. So by transferring this bride price, the boy will get rights over the girl. So various rights under legitimizing the marriage. Without paying the bride price, their marriage is not legitimized. So who are studied this bride price means Goody and Tambaya, Jack Goody and Tambaya. They studied bride price, dowry, exchanges, all type of marital financial transaction. These people will be repeated in all marriage financial transactions. So Goody and Tambaya. So women and property move in opposite direction. In dowry case, women and property move in opposite direction. In bride price, in dowry case, what would happen? Women and dowry move in the same direction. See, something is created by human being. We should not criticize that one. We need to understand what are all the reasons. So societies are, we can define as a, is it over?
Yes, sir.
So next one, forms of bride price. So in a kind of society, whatever the property they have, that only they can give as a bride price. So in Africa, Swazis and New Years, they are the cattle rearers. Swazis of Swaziland. So Swaziland is a country which is present inside a South Africa country. A country within a country. Swaziland, ruled by Swazi people. Swazi people and New Year people. So Swazis of Swaziland. So Swazi of Swaziland. And New Year's of Sudan, South Sudan. South Sudan. So they rear the cattle. That means their property measured in how many number of cattle. If more number of cattle, that is the rich and wealthy people. So they can offer cattle as a bride price. So Thaiv of Nigeria, Horticulture Society. Thaiv of Nigeria, Horticulture Society. Horticulture, Nigeria. Thaiv of Nigeria in Africa. So they give bride price as a cows and cloths. Cows and cloths. In America, Red Indian tribes. Chiane Red Indian tribe. Chiane Red Indian tribe. They give bride price as a horses. Hopi Red Indians. Hopi Red Indians. They give food as a bride price. Hopi Red Indians, they give food as a bride price. In Asia, Chukchis of Siberia. So Siberia means reindeer is present. Chukchis of Siberia. Reindeer. Just like we rear the sheep, goat, they rear the reindeer. Todas of Nilagiri Hills. Lion cloths. Lion cloths or the bride price. So among the Todas, what is the form of the marriage transaction? Is it dowry or bride price? So if bride price is present, birth of a woman is advantage for the family, right? Then why do they practice female infanticide? In our society, female infanticide practicing means we can tie to the marriage finance. So in future, he has to pay more in the form of dowry. Getting a husband is difficult for the woman. So if we can practice infanticide, there is a meaning. But these people, birth of a girl is advantage, right? Still, why they practice? So it is like in Nilagiri Hills, mountainous and forest region, maybe some reasons. Among the Todas, male have superior value in their society. So female never allowed to milking the animals also. Generally, milking activity done in every society by female. But Todas are such a sacredness related to the cattle. Female has impurity due to her menstrual cycle. They don't allow women to touch the cattle. That a superior value attached to the cattle as well as the male. So birth of a woman is impure in their societies. Generally, some people kill it. So Oceania, what do you mean by Oceania? Oceania means the islands present in Pacific Ocean. So Oceania, Sivai Island, what they offer? Bark cloth. So bark is nothing but a skin of the tree. That is the bark cloths. They made a cloth by using the bark that they presented as a bride price. Manus, shell money. Shell money means the shells coming on the Pacific coast. They collect some kind of peculiar shells. They value it as a higher value that they present as a money. That is bride price. So Manus, shell money. So now you can tell. So marriage transactions are cultural specific. It is not same everywhere. Some give animals, some give textiles, some give shells. Okay, some give food. It is not same everywhere. Bride price custom is same, but the form of giving bride price is differ. So anthropological reasons behind the bride price. So why do they give bride price? If boy has given the bride price, he secure the rights over the woman, sexual monopoly, rights over the offsprings, okay, rights over the her labor, whatever she did, that economic labor belongs to husband only. So economy, so sexual monopoly, reproduction, child bearing, all these rights are given to the husband family when he paid the bride price only. In some societies, they allow installment. If a boy agreed to pay the bride price in 3 installment, and this 3 installment time, he got a child from that woman, can he has a claim on the children till paying the last installment? No, till last payment settled, he doesn't have any claim. That's why installment payment delays the claim over children. So scholars, these are all studied by Goody, Tambaya, Linton, okay, Murdoch, so Louis. These are all the people studied the reasons. So bride price legitimizing the rights and rights over the husband, rights of husband over the wife. So including the children, biological needs as well as so economic labor of the woman, whatever the work she did. If any economic benefits are there, that should belongs to the husband only. So is it over? So I placed very beautiful. This is our website content only, our books content only. Next, bride price and woman status. If a woman received higher bride price, her status is very high in their society. If woman married without receiving the bride price, it is status loss for the bride's family. Okay, so bride price is tied to women status, women economic loss for the parents. Okay, so it is seen as a value for the woman in a patriarchal society. In a patriarchal society, women can only assert her dominance during the time of marriage in the form of bride price. So women status, women assertion, compensation for the economic loss of the parents. These are all the 3 reasons it is tied to the woman status, tied to the woman. See here, compensation for the economic loss to bride's family. That means what kind of societies these are all? So women active participation in the economic activity observed in what kind of societies? Are they hunting and gathering societies? pastoral societies, fishing societies, horticulture societies, and agrarian societies. Which societies women contribution is higher? Horticulture society. Don't you recognize women contribution in the hunting and gathering? So men do only meat hunting. The remaining stuff should be arranged by the woman only. Okay, she has the economic work. So in pastoralism, men do grazing activity of the animal, milking activity generally done by the women only. So once the cattle or sheep goat comes to the home, the processing of the animal products done by the female only. She has a substantial contribution in pastoralism. Understand? Fishing activities only. The fish are dried, processed, preserved by the female at home, while men are in catching fish. Understand? Fishing activities also women has larger role. They gather the dead fish on the shores of the water. They preserve drying the fishes and everything. They do substantial contribution in fishing societies. In horticulture societies, their contribution is greater than the males. So they take care of the horticulture crops. They do all kind of weeding activities. They do production activity. They do planting activity. They do harvesting activity. From planting to harvesting, every activity in horticulture done by the female only. Here men never indulged in the field related activities. So horticulture also called as a gardening activity. Gardening work done by the female only. Okay, in agrarian society, leveling of the field, tilling of the land, okay, sowing of the seeds, irrigating the land, all these things are laborious activities generally done by the male. Female contribution is less in agrarian societies. So that in which societies women has loss if she married to another family? Is it agrarian societies or remaining societies? It is loss for the women's parents if she get married. In hunting and gathering societies, if women married to another family, her collecting activities loss for the parents. In horticulture society, if women married, or gardening activities loss for the parents. In pastoral society, to loss. So in agrarian society, there is nothing to loss for the family because women contribution is less. So that means other than the agrarian societies, remaining societies generally we can find a bride price. In agriculture society only we find the dowry. Yeah, Anup, are you getting or not? So societies are classified into hunting and gathering. So hunting done by the male, gathering done by the female. Okay, so fishing societies, here men do some kind of fish catching, women do some kind of fishing activities, crabs fishing, tortoise fishing, or dead fish come on the shores, or preservation, drying, processing of small fishes at the home. All these tasks are done by the female. So men going into the deep waters, they get the live fish. Okay, so in pastoral society, like sheep rearing or cattle rearing, cow rearing, so men do grazing activity, protecting the animal. Women do milking activity, converting this milk into curd, yogurt, ghee, selling this products of the milk to another people is the woman role. So women work is also present in the clear division of labor is there. So women also work here. Horticulture societies, plantation. So here gardening work we called. So horticulture or gardening work, it is completely done by the female only. In agriculture societies, most of the work done by the men. Female has very less, 2 to 5% work done by the female. So our contribution in the agrarian societies are negligible. In this context, in which societies, if women marries, loss for their parents? Is it agrarian societies? Other than the agrarian societies, marrying a woman or marrying a girl child is loss for the parents. So other than the agrarian societies, it is loss for the parents if they marry their daughter. Understand? So now we can easily correlate where we can find a bride price. Bride price is present in almost in every tribal societies. They are not agrarian societies. Tribal societies are generally not agrarian societies. These Hindu societies, Chinese societies, European, all these civilized societies are based on the agrarian, where we can find a dowry. Dowry is a recent emergence with birth of agriculture. So birth of agriculture is nothing but a dowry. Prior to agriculture, we had passed all these economic activities and we reached to the agriculture. So this is all about the dowry concept, bride price concept. So now you can see bride price also called as a progeny price. So progeny price means the boy is paying a money to the girl's parents to give up their claims on the children born to that girl. That means if the children born to that girl, who have rights over the children? Is it the girl's parents? It is the husband's parents. So by receiving the bride price from the boy, the children, the wife parents are giving up their claims over the children. Now the children are belongs to husband and husband group. That is the progeny price. Bride price also called as a progeny price because so the boy getting the rights over children due to by paying the bride price. So rights over children. So legal right to children only comes to the boy and our family when they completely paid the bride price. So here you can see. So Vijo Sakaiva, already I told you, in Vijo Sakaiva, a boy paid a bride price to girl and married. So due to some reason, they are not compatible to each other. They got divorced. So now boy is living separately, girl is living separately. If this girl wanted to marry, she requires a approval of the first husband before repaying the bride price. Once she repaid the bride price, so she can get marry anyone. Before repaying the bride price, she is not allowed to get a marry another person to get a children. Why? Because he paid the money for the children. She should get a permission of the first husband to get a children for the another man. Or else you can see if the girl is barren, they are not separated, but the girl is barren after marriage, she should find a wife for the husband to give the progeny. Why? Because bride price included rights over sexuality, rights over progeny. So if she could not able to give a progeny or children, it is a responsibility to find another girl for the husband who can give the children. That's why it is also called as a progeny. It is practiced among the Vijo Saikaiva. So here substitution clauses among the Tonga and others. So for suppose a family received a bride price from another family, from F1 to F2, bride price went. The girl is unable to produce a child for this F1 family person. In this case, F2 family, that means the wife's brother, wife is submitted to the husband, because the bride price is received by the wife's brothers as well as the wife's parents. So once that bride price got spent, and if they are unable to return the bride price, one of the brother who received the major share, he should surrender his wife to the husband of the sister. So this kind of strict rules are there when it comes to progeny. If she is unable to give the children, any one woman from this group should be given children for the husband who paid the bride price. So that we can observe among the Tonga and other tribes. So women reproductive role valued in every society. They are paying not for the biological needs, they are paying for the reproductive needs. So this is about the bride price, also considered as a progeny price. Are you getting or not? A man married a girl, she is unable to give the children. In this case, she should return the bride price and she has to leave the house. So is it clear? Did you write or not? అయిపోయిందమ్మా లలిత కళ.
అయిపోయింది సార్.
So next So societies are two types. One is patrilineal society, matrilineal society. Patrilineal means where authority of decision making present on the husband or father. So the property also present with the husband and father. Woman role is nominal. In matrilineal society, property, authority to take the decision present in the wife or mother. It is not the husband. So both are opposite. So bride price common in patrilineal societies. Patrilineal societies such as Sudan, strictly patrilineal. Sudan tribe of New Year's. Okay, majority societies are patrilineal only. In patrilineal societies too, bride price is present. In matrilineal societies too, bride prices is present. In matrilineal, both type of societies have the this kind of bride price. Bride price and marital status, security. So bride price also served as a securing the union. How it secures the union between wife and husband? If the union break due to fault of the wife, then what would happen? If the union breaks due to fault of the wife, then the boy leave the wife and he demand for the bride price, so that the kinman unable to repay the bride price, they force their sister or daughter to stay with the man forever. Otherwise, they have to repay the money. So if the fault lies on the husband, then what would happen? She will leave to the husband house and she move to the parental home, and they demand, they don't give the dowry because it is the fault lies with the husband. So he should be very careful, because marrying next time again he has to pay bride price. So now this finance is stabilizing the marriage or not? Understand? Marriage is guaranteeing the fair treatment of wife or not? If he maltreated the wife, brutally beating the wife, she will leave, and she says that this is the reason. The society disapprove their marriage and there is no need of giving any money back. Security, it is providing security for the husband, security for the wife also. Are you clear? So bride kin may resist divorce due to repayment issues. Bride price distributed among the all bride's kinman. So brother, among the brothers, they receive the cattle. If a bride has 4 to 5 brothers, every brother receive bride price that received from the sister. Okay, so this is how the cattle are shared among the brothers of the sister. So this bride price, they use it for the future bride prices when they are marrying their sons as well as brothers in their group. So that means future they circulate this when a boy is marrying from their group. So that is future. So promote alliance building and reciprocal obligations. This is nothing, we don't need it. So this is not required, this much. So now you can tell me bride price means what are all the angles it covered? Bride price talks about rights received by husband. So reproductive rights and children rights. Children legal rights. It talks about the women status. It talks about the economic laws for the bride's kinsman, so that compensation is required. So it talks about the stability of union. Stability of union. So these are all the angles are associated with the bride price. You need to write all these angles. So what kind of rights secured by a husband from the bride, that you have to write. What is the nature of children rights or reproductive rights, that we have to mention. So woman's status in a patrilineal society, she would exercise only during the time of her marriage. Women's status. Economic loss compensation for the bride's kinsman in non-agrarian societies. Okay, stability of the union also causative factor of giving bride price. So what is time right now? 6:40. We started at 5, right? We will finish dowry and we will close it for today. But how do you write tomorrow exam? There are still many questions are there. So anthropology I will postpone to Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, because 3-4 dimensions are there. I thought I will finish today, but so can I give you break for 15 minutes? Should I discuss the remaining issues also? If I continue, it will take up to 9 o'clock also. 4-5 concepts are there. Every concept is taking around 40 minutes. Only 2 concepts we finished it, right? Maid selection and marriage finances. I am going to home tomorrow. So again, I will take class on Monday. So this is the bride price. So we can discuss remaining concepts on Monday. I will finish that dowry because both things to be finished at a time. Then only you will get clarity. So now you can tell me bride price, BP is a fair or not? So paying bride price is a fair or not? By analyzing the reasons, do you agree? Paying bride price in pre-agriculture societies or non-agriculture societies valid reason or not? Understanding dowry. So what is dowry? Transfer of wealth from bride's skin to groom skin. Do you agree? Is it groom skin or it belongs to bride and groom? Is dowry belongs to groom's kin man or it belongs to bride and groom only? In the earlier case, bride price belongs to bride's kin man, bride's parents, bride's brothers, bride's maternal uncle, all they receive the bride price share. But when you paid a dowry, is it belongs to husband brothers, husband parents, or it belongs to husband and wife only? You can tell me to whom it belongs to? Whatever dowry you brought, is it belongs to husband brothers along with husband, or it is only restricted to husband? So it is restricted to couple. It is not belongs to the groom's kinsman or groom's family. Are you getting or not? This is the major difference. Bride price is shared among the bride's kinman, but dowry is not shareable with other members of the husband. It only belongs to wife and husband. So Jack Goody said that it is the substantial transfer of goods or money to newly wed couples, not for the husband's relatives or husband brothers, husband parents. So Tambaya, he said that dowry is a conjugal fund. Conjugal relationship means wife and husband relationship we call as a conjugal relationship. Conjugal fund means the fund created by the relationship of wife and husband. They only should use this fund for their house needs, for their child rearing, for their survival, but not the husband's relatives. Conjugal fund means only belongs to wife and husband. So now you can tell me, is it fair or not? Is it fair or not? So whatever the money bringing a woman in the form of dowry, is it usable for herself or her children and her husband only, right? So do you agree here? It is an adaptive mechanism or not? If you are not agree, after this discussion, you would agree easily. So this is only 10% of adaptation. Remaining adaptations are there. So whenever they need your money, they can withdraw this fund and they can support their relationship. So nature and functions. It is not a reciprocal exchange. Not a reciprocal exchange means giving and taking happened between the parties, that we call as a reciprocal. Only one way it is going, that is non-reciprocal. So according to Ember and Ember, dowry is a non-reciprocal. So here women and dowry both are moving in the same direction. In bride price, one direction BP moved, another direction women moved. It is a reciprocal exchange. But in a dowry, both are moved in the same direction. That's why it is not a non-reciprocal. It is non-reciprocal. So now, according to Tambaya, dowry is nothing but a earliest inheritance of the daughter share from the parental property. So what is the earliest inheritance? So what is the earliest inheritance? For suppose a family has 2 daughters, okay, 3 sons and 2 daughters, and they have 50 acres of land. 50 acres of land. So they got married, the parents got married their 2 daughters. So when do the remaining 3 brothers took their share in the 50 acres? Once the death of the parents only, they divide the property among them, right? As long as they live, they don't allow to be divide the property. Once they died, they automatically, all the brothers, they took their share and they formed their own families. Understand? Till their parents are surviving, division is not allowed in the joint families. Understand? So now, if the property division happens after death of the parents, is there any guarantee brothers give some share to the sisters? If they don't give it, then who will do justice for the daughters? Understand? If they give, that is okay. But many instances, when it comes to property, brothers might be backstab the sisters, so that to avoid that one, when the parents are alive, during their time of the daughter's marriage, they settle their share. It is like earliest inheritance of parental property by daughter. So why the inheritance between the brothers happened only death of the parents? Once there is no parents, there is no guarantee of the giving share to the sisters. That's why they have to settle the daughter's share when they are alive, that they done during the time of marriage. That's why we call as a early inheritance. So they are giving the daughter shares before the brothers are dividing the property. So this is the how the dowry concept emerged. So now it is reasonable or not, and it should be followed as a early inheritance when in a societies where equal property rights are not present on the brothers and sisters or sons and daughters. They should give some share of the property of parental during their marriage time. So now dowry is prohibited in our society. At the same time, they give the equal property rights for the sons and daughters. But earlier there are no property rights for the daughters. In that situations, parents do some justice by giving some share in their property during their time of marriage. So it is represents the woman's share of inheritance from the parental property. So that property used by the woman and her husband and their children, but not the husband's brothers, husband's sisters, husband's parents. So now, do you agree? Dowry is a adaptive mechanism. It is a justice for women. In a society where there is no equal rights of inheritance between the brothers and sisters or sons and daughters, how do parents do justice for their daughter? In the form of dowry. Are you clear or not? Yes, Pranati, is it over?
Yes, sir.
So now, what is indirect dowry? Indirect dowry. Among the Bassaris of Iran. Among the Bassaris of Iran. So bride's family. This is the bride's family. Bride's family. Groom's family. First, groom's family gives some money to the bride's family, while marriage talks are going. Once they finalized the marriage, before the date of ceremony of marriage, groom's family, they give some money to the bride's family. On the day of marriage, bride's family add some property to the what they received from the groom's family, and they give it to the groom's family. So now it is a dowry or bride price, you can tell me. Is it dowry or bride price? Isha will tell correct answer. When marriage finalized, in such time, as a boy's family give some money to the girl's family. On the day of marriage, girl's family will give some money added to the whatever they received from the boy's family additionally, and they give it to the boy's family. So now, is it bride price or dowry? Or mix of both?
Both, sir.
So mix of bride price and dowry. Goody observed that this mix of bride price and dowry is nothing but a indirect dowry. Understand? So that means when the couple got wedded, so they need a separate house. This house is sourced by the property of both groom's family as well as bride's family. So they need to form a nuclear family. That means wife and husband, they should construct their own house. They need to purchase the utensils and everything. So this money given by the groom's family as well as bride's family for the couple. Now it is a bride price, it is a dowry. Understand? But it belongs to couple only. So that we call as a indirect dowry. Okay, that observed among the Basseri tribe of Iran. So global frequency of dowry. So 4 to 6% societies I told, and other ethnographic atlas. Ethnographic atlas means it is the database of all societies. When they observed among the all societies, the bride price repeated only 3% of societies. So majority 50 to 60% of societies are practicing bride price only, but dowry practiced societies are almost only 3 to 6% or 8%, not more than that. So Murdoch observed that 4.43% societies are practicing dowry. Shahlegal and Ilal, she observed that 6% societies are practicing dowry. So overall we can say 4 to 6% of societies on average practicing the dowry. So it is not a universal mechanism. So few societies practice because it is confined to the agrarian societies. Not all tribal societies are agrarian societies. Next you can see regional distribution, where they are frequently found means circum-Mediterranean, countries, Greece, okay, Italy, France, Spain, okay, England, these countries, these countries are next. So many parts of the Europe and India. So South Asia subcontinent. So South Asia subcontinent, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Bhutan, these regions, and some parts of the China also. That means overall these regions are confined for the dowry. Remaining areas are practiced bride price only. So linked with the hypergamy means status. Marrying a upper varna is a status. Understand? Linked with hypergamy. So now, what dowry includes? Is it? Are you writing?
Yes, sir.
So regional distribution. So previous slide also you need it, right? This also you can write it. So now you can tell me which one is better. So not yet reasons of emergence of dowry. I haven't discussed. I will discuss that one. We can wind up the session. So this question is not yet come in the exam. There is high probability by your time it will come in the exam. Over. So World Ethnographic Atlas means, so it is talking about all the societal data. Regional distribution. East Asia means, what are all East Asian countries? So this is looking very beautiful, right? If slides are displaying, you can write it notes also. You can avoid the studying of books. Circum-Mediterranean means Mediterranean Sea surrounding countries. East Asia means Japan, China, okay, South Korea, North Korea, these regions. So these regions also heavily depend on the agriculture. And third one is South Asia, Indian subcontinent. Generally, tribal people never practice female infanticide. Why? Tribal people never practice female infanticide. Their sex ratio is well balanced between males and females. But nowadays we observe a trend from the Telangana as well as Maharashtra tribes, in the Madhya Pradesh tribes. They are selling their daughters, and they are killing their females infants. That is female infanticide. Once these traits were absent among the Indian tribes, now they became a norm. Due to their poverty, either they sell off their girl child or they kill at their birth, that is female infanticide. So what are all the reasons? Why earlier it hadn't present in their societies? So due to cultural contact, when they contacted with the caste Hindu people, they demanded dowry in place of bride price. So they couldn't have much properties. They are unable to pay the dowries. They are seeing birth of a girl is negative for their life. Understand? So first time the girl status declined in Indian tribes due to caste people contact, and their practices entered into the tribal people. So that we will discuss heavily in paper 2, Indian tribes. The social change, cultural change happened in Indian tribes due to caste Hindus cultural contacts. So what dowry included? Movable properties. Movable properties are jewelry, furniture, money. They give as a dowry. Rarely included lands or buildings. Now these became predominant. So rules in divorce, death support the bride ownership. So during the divorce time or death, so they have to return the bride, whatever the bride dowry they received. So bride's ownership. So if divorce has happened, do they have to return their dowry or not? Whatever the dowry received, she will get it back. So in case of death of their daughter, If the union is stabilized like 10 years or 15 years, and almost they passed like producing the children and everything, that is different case. If after marrying immediately she died like 1 or 2 years, they have to return the dowry and they abolish that kind of transaction. Understand? So movable properties, immovable properties. Lands and buildings comes under the immovable properties. So we discussed the definition, frequency, distribution. So dowry forms, what kind of form, movable, immovable. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
So next one, why does dowry exist? Why does dowry exist? That means the reasons for origin and spread of the dowry. So dowry found in stratified monogamous societies. Stratified and monogamous societies. So which societies comes under stratified? Civilized or agrarian societies or kings ruling, feudalism. These are all examples. Low female contribution to the economy. First one, it is a stratified society. Female is seen as a status gaining by alliances. A lower varna people give their female to higher varna so that this family gained a status. Linked to social competition for elite husbands. Social competition for elite husbands. That is supplement. So primary 3 reasons are this. Is it over?
Yes, sir.
Low female contribution to economy means agrarian society. More female contribution to the economy means other than the agrarian societies that we discussed. So Boosrup model. So Boosrup, she was an anthropologist. She studied the why bride price is converted into a dowry. So she supported bride price existed in the societies where female labor is present, polygyny is present. Female labor contribution is higher and polygyny societies bride price is present. So dowry, male economic support to the female and monogamy in this societies, dowry present. If a woman entered into another house without contributing anything, is her status increase or decrease? She eats, okay, she get protected and everything she received the benefits, but without contributing anything for their family. So she will reduce her status herself. If she brings something to her home because she is receiving some services, her status increases. Understand? Because she is not contributing anything, by bringing some property into the home, so her status is protected. If somebody asks, she is eating freely, she can counter that, I brought something. Understand? So this is how to gain their status without claiming that they are not eating freely, they will bring something, that is dowry. Okay. So dowry as a prepayment for future child support. So she will produce herself eating without contributing anything. Her children also comes to eat. Okay. So I brought a property for myself and my children support, my children care. So I am not eating freely in your house. This is how they put a claim. Understand? So Shehligal and Ron Ilawal model. So Shehligal and Ron Ilawal model, they said that the birth of private property, okay, stratified society. Private property means whoever wealthy people and that society allows monogamy only. So stratified societies, generally healthy people are present in the upper varnas. So private property in the sense lands. So in our varna system, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras are there. So here Sudras are not allowed to own the land. Vaishyas means traders plus agricultures. Traders plus agriculture, both are called as a Vaisyas. Sudras are craftsmen. They were not allowed to own the land. So Brahmins have agraharas. Agraharas, that is the lands donated by a kings for the Brahmin community. So kings have royal lands. Royal lands, or else the entire kingdom is the property of king only. So these people are wealthy. These people are wealthy. These people are wealthy. Okay. So when private property is there, everyone like to give the above varnas. Why? Because their grandchildren, their daughter as well as their grandchildren will live a luxurious life or highly status. So without having the stratification, wealth differentiation, dowry could not be born. Understand? So emergence of the private properties and in a stratified societies was the reason. So now you can tell me, if a person has used lands and the society allows only monogamy, is there any competition among the parents who have the daughter or not? For a rich persons, all the parents of daughters compete for that person or not? In this competition, the bidding occurs. Whoever giving the more bidding, the bride will side, the groom will side towards that bride. This is how the competition, the demand comes from the girl's family only in stratified societies. So that gradually settled as a custom that we call as a dowry. Understand? So this is the observation by the Sehligal and Ron Eloul's theory of emergence of dowry. Stratification as well as private property emergence is the birth of dowry. So by that concentration of the wealth, they build the alliances, each other status improves. So dowry retains the wealth within the kin group. Next, so Gowlin and Booster's theory. So dowry is a reproductive competition in stratified monogamous societies that already we explained. In a stratified monogamous societies, dowry resulted from a competition from the parents who have the daughters. So monogamy plus wealth is equal to competition for the elite man. So dowry is a competitive tool for securing rich husbands. So this is how they explain the emergence of dowry. So dowry is a feature of agrarian societies where individual families have the property, that is private property, and bride price is the feature of collective lands. No individual private property. All groups are egalitarian, equal in nature. That is, non-stratified societies are egalitarian societies. Stratified societies are hierarchical societies, unequal societies. And here private property present, here no private property present. Third reason is whether monogamy present or not. Okay, if a boy is there, he is a rich person, and that society allows polygyny. In this, the daughter's parents will compete for that boy or not. It is a society where a rich groom is there. So rich groom means he has the too much of properties. Okay, but the society allows polygyny. In these situations, the parents of daughter would compete to get that person as a son-in-law or not. Pranati will explain clearly. Society allows polygyny. Okay, in this case, the parents of daughters will compete to get that boy towards them or not.
Not compete, sir.
Why?
In polygyny, he can marry more than one girl, sir.
He can marry many number of women, and all the women's children, they share the property. At the end, how much property will get the children? Less or more? If it is a wealth-based differentiation, stratified society, and only monogamous allowed. If they give all the property for the son-in-law, who will ultimately enjoy this property? Their grandchildren only, right? So there is no need of sharing that property with any another woman because that society never allow polygamy. Understand? So private property, monogamy, wealth-based differentiation, stratification is the reason for birth of the dowry. This is all possible in the civilized societies. So, and third reason is according to Shehligal, it is the economic contribution. If woman is contributing more for the economy, bride price. If woman is contributing less for the economy, that is the dowry. So economic angle, power, property, type of marriage, all the angle analyzed for birth of dowry. So now by going this one, you can say dowry is a adaptive mechanism or not? So do you support dowry or not? Lalitakala, you can tell me, do you support dowry or not?
Yes, sir.
So why you are supporting dowry? You can confidently put your arguments. Yeah, Anup, can you try? Is it right of the daughter from their parents' property or not? So is it belongs to husband, kinsman, or it belongs to that daughter as well as the husband only? So can she use this dowry for herself and her children or not? Can it increasing her status in another family or not? So is it increasing the status of our children in a stratified society or not? So there are, because of these reasons, dowry is allowed. But when will dowry become a evil? Here, it is a voluntary mechanism. So based on affordability, they can choose their husbands, their son-in-laws. Nobody compelling them. First thing. Second thing is, so dowry when they demanded in monetary terms, when they demanded more and more, okay, they seen it is a tool to become a rich. Understand? And not giving to the wife. In this situation only dowry became a evil. Otherwise, it is demanded in their affordability level and it is confined to that woman only and her children. So then there is no extortion or exploitation kind of thing. Then it is a adaptive mechanism. Can dowry is suitable in industrial areas? In contemporary situation, okay, now we are all not agrarian people. So some villagers doing agrarian, but our roots are in agriculture. So can we say in this urban setup, dowry is allowed or not allowed according to anthropology? You can analyze, is woman is contributing for the family by doing job or not? Understand? Bringing the salary by working outside. So if women contribution is present for the economy, understand? So both are equal status and our status in the society is based on the achievements, personal efforts rather than a stratified. Can it fit in the modern society? A person's status, even if he born as a Dalit, his status would be raised if he became a IAS or not. That means here a person's status in the society decided by the his birth in a caste or varna or his personal efforts. In modern India, what is the basis for individual status in society? Is it personal efforts? Is birth in his caste or varna? If you are getting a job means due to your caste, due to your varna or due to your skill you are getting job. So that means in modern India, a person's status comes from the skill and women also contributing equally for the family. Women also educating equally with the men. In this situation, dowry could not fit. If society is confined as a stratified agrarian, women role in the economy is minimal. Dowry is a supportive. So that's why nowadays dowry is not practicable. And one more thing you should remember, in traditional societies, there are no rules like the woman should inherit property from the parents. But in modern setup, so Hindu Inheritance Acts, they allowed both sons and daughter equally share the property of the parents. So now anyhow they are getting the share. Why should parents give some dowry during their time of marriage? If they are taking the dowry according to legal inheritance, according to legal law, there is no specially given during their time of marriage. Earlier it was not present in societies, they had given. Now legally they are getting their share from the parents. If brothers are not given, through the courts they can get it. Understand? So that is the reason if somebody asks like, traditionally Indian society has been practicing a dowry as a custom. How much it is fit in the modern changed India? You have to take all this knowledge, whether these similar conditions are present in the present context or not, you have to analyze. If these conditions are not met, you can say it is not fit. If the similar conditions are prevailing, you can say dowry is a adaptive mechanism. So now you can tell, if they ask you like, so analyze the role of dowry as a custom in independent India. So if this is the question, how do you approach to write? How do you approach to write? I will wind up. If somebody says correct answer, I will wind up. So this question came in anthropology paper. So how do you analyze? So dowry is a adaptive mechanism according to anthropologist understanding, and you can list out the what are all the adaptive mechanism and features. Understand? So second thing, those adaptive features are present in the modern time or not. If those conditions are not present, you can say dowry could not be practicable or not adaptive in modern, urbanized, industrialized, modern educated society. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So if you tell these stories to your parents, what they will react? So some person, he was a sociologist and he was a reputed professor. He wrote positives of dowry in a nursing course. 2 years back it happened. He listed out positives of dowry in sociology NCERT book. There are pseudo-seculars, pseudo-intellectuals in India. So they took a Twitter war against that person, saying that this traditional RSS mindset people glorifying the custom of dowry. So in this case, was that person right or wrong? Because is all knowledge derived from the anthropologist and sociologist understanding about origin of the dowry. He listed out advantages of dowry. But these half-knowledge people, everything they throw towards the RSS and right wing. So because there are so many advantages, can dowry made that union is stabilized or not? Okay, if the union breakage occurs due to boy's fault, he has to return the dowry. Okay, if the union breaks due to girl's fault, then what would happen? So she had brought some dowry and it got spent by both wife and husband. Okay, and when she took the divorce, can she demand a dowry from the husband? So due to no, in case that they are not compatible, they dissolved their marriage, can she demand the dowry from husband? Both are spent because it belongs to both spent the money. Per se 1 crore she brought and the 1 crore they utilized it, they spent the money. Okay, now it is the time to dissolve their marriage. So will the boy has to repay his share to her? If the problem is girl side, boy has no need to pay. If the problem is girl side, boy side, he has to pay the dowry. So now it is a stabilizing factor or not? If the union breaks due to fault of the girl, he can't do anything. There is no need of paying anything return for the girl. If the union is break by the boy, he needs to pay alimony. If a girl indulged in the extramarital affairs and caught by husband and he is shown the evidences in the court for dissolving the marriage, can court ask him to pay the alimony? So alimony means what? Alimony means what? Maintenance given for the divorced wife. So the divorce happened due to cheating of the wife. In this case, can court order the husband to pay the alimony? Here the problem lies with the girl. If the problem lies with the husband and he seek the divorce from a girl, in this case, she depended on you for survival. You are going away from the union. Who will take care of her? So in this case, you need to pay alimony. So now the dowry and legal provisions are protecting the marriage or not? So dowry also same. The elders also give same kind of judgment. So dowry we cannot show in the court because it is a crime. Can we produce the evidences of we paid a dowry to a couple? Can we show evidences like? So can anybody file a case? I gave a dowry of 1 crore to my husband and now he is cheating us. This kind of case, can anybody file? So can anybody file a case that she had paid a dowry for husband? Why? So giving is a crime, receiving also crime. Both will be punished, right? So they are revealing the crime they committed. So that's why they can quote like a gift or other times, not the dowry. So there are some legal loopholes how to reclaim that money by putting as a gift or other names. I given this much amount to him. So not in the dowry, not in the marriage time, some other reasons they show. And they will try to regain it. So that is not our part. Okay, this is all about today's class. So if anybody have doubts, you can let me know. I will clarify it.